How is everyone doing today? And in this video, we are going to be talking about our first half rerun that is coming up in the next patch, which is going to be Huo Huo. Which, in all honesty, I did not expect her to come this soon because it feels like she just came back yesterday. But to be honest, it is her time to rerun. And with all the characters that have come out in the game, with all the new DPSs, all the new sustains, what is her value? And that is what this video is going to be talking about today. So other than that, make sure to leave a like, comment, sub, all that different type of stuff. And let me know how excited you are for the reruns coming out when it comes to Huo Huo, when it comes out to Sparkle, which I did not expect her to rerun at all, in all honesty. But we have these characters coming out, and today is going to be specifically about Huo Huo. Before we get into the rest of what we have to talk about today, I'd like to mention the sponsor of today's video, which is Raid Shadow Legends. Raid Shadow Legends is a free-to-play RPG with a multitude of exciting game modes spanning between both PvP and PvE. Raid Shadow Legends also has an expansive list of over 800 characters to collect from, each with an endless amount of ways to customize and build your champions, allowing any style of player, whether you want to play the game casually or compete to one of the best, up for you to decide. And to top it all off, for over 3 years, players have been waiting for his return, and now the wait is finally over. The incredibly powerful legendary champion Ninja is back in Raid Shadow Legends for a limited time only. Ninja is a super limited champion, and if you want the chance to obtain him, download Raid Shadow Legends using my link in the description or QR code on the screen and enter the promo code Ninja Returns. This promo code is exclusive to newer players, and if you're a veteran already, there will be a way to obtain Ninja through a loyalty program in-game with using my link and QR code. If you stop playing Raid Shadow Legends, now is the time to definitely come back so that you can add Ninja to your collection, and he's a super rare champion and won't be here for long. And this gets even better. This month, Raid Shadow Legends is also giving out a free handheld gaming console, a drone, and a projector as well. If you want the chance to win these exciting prizes, make sure to download and register to Raid using my link and QR code, and go to the website wefinallyplayed.polarium.com. Once you're there, enter your Raid ID, grab a recording of you playing the game, and submit it to the event website with the right Polarium filters and hashtags. You either will be one of the 12 lucky top submissions to grab a prize I mentioned before, or win some valuable loot inside Raid Shadow Legends itself. So no matter what, everyone's going to be a winner. If you haven't started already, there is no better time than now. Go ahead and click my link in the description or scan the QR code to get the amazing bonuses only available in my link. Once you use my link, you will be given a huge starter pack giving you Epic Champion Tagar, which is a support champion who we know can be crucial for these type of games. And once you hit level 15, you will also get another starter pack which contains the Epic Champion Teriel as well. And make sure to join my clan as well, which is RNG Gremlins, if you are excited to take this journey with me in Raid Shadow Legends today. Thank you, Raid Shadow Legends, for sponsoring this video, and now let's get to the rest of the content. So of course, talking about her specifically, what have we seen in regards to her versus all the sustains that we have currently in the game? Of course, when Huo Huo's released, she was always second place when it came to the characters that were around her area of release, which of course that was a loss towards Fu Xuan. Fu Xuan, of course, at the time was the god tier sustainer. She was able to mitigate damage, redirect it, and also to flip it over to make it seem like nothing really happened in regards to Fu Xuan and how she sustained. And we also had her healing from her ultimate as well, while being little was enough to make it to where you were almost never going to die with Fu Xuan. Of course, as time has gone by, with these new versions, Fu Xuan has also fell down, I guess you could say, in use, just because it seems like she's taking in a lot more damage than she can take, and she's taking damage for the whole team, which is understandable, specifically looking at how all these enemies are now hitting basically the whole team for a massive amount, and Fu Xuan taking in all that damage doesn't really abide well with her. So of course, after Fu Xuan, we of course got Aventurine, who we know by far is one of the best sustains in the game, with being able to have an impenetrable shield, one that's able to stack, and another thing is that he's able to do damage and also gives buffs. So he's basically the all-arounder and makes it almost impossible for you to die with this guy built on your team. But going ahead and talking about Huo Huo and what she's able to do, in case a lot of you don't know, she is able to give quite a bit of buffs when it comes to her ultimate, and she has a lot of uses as well. For her ultimate, which is the main stick of how Huo Huo works, she's going to be giving you energy, which we all know is a massive resource for any type of team. There is not one character in the game that doesn't want energy. When it comes to giving them buffs, when it comes to giving them damage, giving out damage, there's overall a bunch of stuff that comes from ultimates, and of course you know how important it is. Huo is going to be one of those characters that are really going to work well with anybody on the team. The next thing is going to be an attack boost as well that is going to abide well by a bunch of different characters in this game as well. Most of the cast in this game scales off of attack, so characters with that in mind are going to be able to work well with Huo Huo no matter what. But of course, in this day and age, when it comes to more specific teams and how great they are with the one character, we gotta talk about the monotype teams or the archetype of team that Huo Huo loves the most. But as a general sustain, Huo Huo is still a really good character. Before we get into that really specific stuff, general sustain wise, Huo Huo is still a massively great character because everyone for the most part really likes attack. Everyone of course likes energy, and she also has the ability to cleanse and also heal when it's not her turn, when other characters use their ultimate, or when it's time for them to take their turn. So she overall has a lot going for her. She has standby heal, standby cleanse, and also has the ability to give attack boost and energy boost, which almost everybody on the cast really likes. So this is a really good thing going for her. And of course, talking about the teams that she's going to love the most, who team is she going to be on when it comes to the most value she could potentially have use for? And that is going to be characters like Kafka. The dot team is definitely going to be one of those characters or one of those teams that massively love Huo Huo. And the reason why is dot characters love the attack percentage boost. They absolutely love that stat, and it's where most of their damage comes from. So the attack boost is going to be something that Huo Huo really loves to give out to that team. Another thing as well is the energy that you give to this team as well. Kafka with her extra trigger, with Black Swan with her defense down or the damage down. I forgot exactly what it gives, but you get that boost from Black Swan as well from her ultimate, and any other person in that party as well. Someone like Huo Huo is gonna massively be able to give something like that to the dot team, which is a overall MVP choice for a sustainer. The next characters that are going to really love Huo Huo as well are going to be the characters that have multiple different ultimates. When it comes to characters like Argenti, when it comes to characters coming out like Yun Li, who have a massive energy meter to build, Huo is able to help out with that alongside someone like Ting Yu to make ultimates like that come very fast and not take as long to get to the max amount of ult that you need to be able to proc that level 2 version when it comes to Argenti and Yun Li. So characters that have bigger energy gauges, which we probably are going to see more of in the future, since they've already been working on it with Argenti, since we are now seeing it again with Yun Li. Huo Huo is still a really good character and still has a lot of good potential in that as well. And same thing goes for the dot team. I think she's just overall going to be the #1 sustainer for the team no matter what, for the most part, just because of all the boosts she's able to give and how great she is at cleansing and keeping you good in regards to the health, keeping you cleansed with being able to give attack and energy. She's still an overall really great character general wise, and also for certain team archetypes, which we've listed 2 that are getting worked on to this day. Characters with extra energy and characters that are able to do dot or really love that extra energy and attack percentage. Now, of course, I pointed out these 2 teams with it being dot and also with it being an energy type of character archetype that we're talking about now, but she still works on any other type of team. When it comes to characters like Cele, she technically works there. Heal, cleanse, and also attack boost and energy boost. Same thing with Dan Heng, with him getting extra skill points for his ultimate. You have the healing, the cleansing. You also have the ultimate given by Huo Huo's energy that she's giving off of her ultimate, giving Dan Heng extra skill points and helping him out. So overall, the use of what Huo Huo is able to do, she still has her value in almost any team in the game, and she still provides a lot more value in specific team comps where she's still the best sustainer in that team. This is an overall really great thing for Huo Huo, and she's still by far a really great character. Now, of course, when it comes to characters like Aventurine, when it comes to characters like Fu Xuan, she is going to lose a little bit in regards to the sustained value for these characters versus Huo Huo, because these characters make it so that if you would have gotten one shot, well, we're going to stop that. Huo Huo can't stop a one shot, but if your characters are still alive by the time your enemies take that damage, or your allies take that damage, you are 100% going to be able to get that back with Huo Huo when it comes to her standby healing, her AoE healing, and all that type of sort. So there's really good stuff that comes out of her, and she's still overall really great general sustain for a bunch of different teams. And even though she's competing with the likes of Fu Xuan, she's competing with the likes of Aventurine, she still works on any team and is also provide a bunch of different value for certain types of teams where she's still the best in slot sustain. Of course, talking about the characters coming out in the future, we do have to worry a little bit about what Ling Sha is able to provide. But the one thing I do want to preface right now where Ling Sha is slightly headed towards is that I feel like Huo Huo still won't lose her spot, because there's a couple of things that you have to do with Huo Huo to make her be obsolete or a character that's going to push her out of the spotlight. For Huo Huo, she has the attack boost, the energy boost, the standby cleanse, standby heal, and AoE heal. That's a lot of stuff that's pretty good to have on that character. Talking about Ling Sha and what she's able to do, she would have to give energy, she would have to give attack, she would have to give a standby cleanse, standby heal, and also a regular heal as well to be able to use. Now, all of this doesn't sound too far-fetched to be able to give a healer that is a 2.0 version of one, we still have to look towards what are we missing in the game at the current moment that they're bringing an Abundance Fire character that we need to have for a certain team. And 100% of y'all already know where I'm heading towards with this, is that she's most likely not a Huo Huo replacement, but she's going to be a Gallagher replacement for the break team. Of course, the element being fire is pretty much coincidental in my honest opinion, but the fact that we have no other sustain for the break team, I think it's time we shoot in a premium version of that sustain. Of course, Gallagher being still a god tier character for sure. When it comes to characters like Boo Hill, when it comes to characters like Firefly for sure, I do think Gallagher is still going to be able to sustain fine even with a newer version of him. But for those that want a premium team, for those that want that, I could say very top tier team of the break team, I do think Ling Sha is probably going to be in that realm and be the break sustainer that we don't have for the break team. Of course, I do think as well we still need a premium version of Harmony MC where they're able to give more boost with the break effect, with break effect itself, maybe advance 4, weakness break efficiency. The sky's the limit of what they could do with the break team and how they can work around bringing in a new character. But the two spots that we don't have a premium character for are the supports like Harmony MC and also having Gallagher 2.0 or the sustained version of a break character for the break team. And I do think Ling Sha is probably going to be that for that team. So I don't think Huo Huo in any way, shape, or form is going to lose the value that she already has within the game. So she's pretty safe in my honest opinion if you want to pick her up. So in regards to what I feel her value in at the current moment, if you already have a Venturine, I think having Huo Huo as your second character for a sustain is going to be a really good pickup. I still think, of course, if you have two sustains already in the game, whether it be Fu Xuan and let's say a Venturine, let's say you have Fu Xuan and Luo Cha, any of these sorts of 5-star support characters or sustain characters, skip Huo Huo. I think at this point in the game, there's no reason to have more than 2 5-star sustains, because if they're able to keep you alive in one mode, they can probably keep you alive in other modes, in all honesty. And although they are certain types of sustains that are better in certain teams, I do think overall the fact that they keep you alive is just getting the job done. So if you already have 2 5-stars, go ahead and skip Huo Huo, skip every abundance character until you really want one. But if you are still missing one character that is a sustain, and you probably don't like break, because I'm assuming she is a break DPS or break sustain for the break team, which is Ling Sha. If you're not looking towards the break team, I think Huo Huo would be the very next best. Now if you are looking towards the break team, then that's going to be a little bit of a tricky situation, because we don't have Huo Huo and Ling Sha details until after Huo Huo is gone. So if you're looking towards the break team, you might want to go ahead and wait on Ling Sha and see what she's able to provide. But if you do not want to work on break teams, or you just overall want a really strong sustain that's able to work on every team no matter what, I think Huo Huo is a really good pickup. I think she's still a very strong character and can 100% be used for a long time coming in Honkai Star Rail. But other than that, pretty much going to be it when it comes to Huo Huo and her value. I still think overall she's such a really strong character and able to provide enough sustain to work on some of the hardest modes out currently. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching all the way to the end of the video. See y'all guys in the next one, and peace.